before I jump into this, I just want you to know who this is for. It's for anybody. Anybody that deals with people and anybody that understands that all opportunities in life, it doesn't matter what the opportunity is, all the referrals that come from business, all your promotions, your new jobs, new friends, love and romance, all of those things come through people. So the more people you know, the more opportunities you have in life, the more referrals you'll get, the more friends you have, and the more love that you have surrounding you if you learn how to nurture and care for your network. Your network is a direct reflection of your net wealth. And so Brian and I come from a little bit different of story backgrounds, but marketing has always been my thing. It's something I learned early in life. I understand marketing, and what I've been able to do since technology has evolved and it's changed our world, technology allows us to do things differently. And so previously in the world of marketing, you could only pitch and sell and advertise and spam people. And let's face it, you don't like to be pitched or sold, right? People don't like to be pitched or sold. But with technology, it's allowed us to be able to tap into a world called attraction marketing, to be able to attract people into our life. And so we're going to share how we do it on a daily basis and what it's done as far as opening doors in our life and all of our clients' lives. So Brian, give a few minutes on your end, would you?
I used to be in the mortgage business for 9 years, and I just got tired of it. I got to the point, Darla, where I just could not digest another loan. And in 2010, I totally left the industry and I got into marketing. And as you know, and anytime you're an entrepreneur, you're out there, you have to generate business. You're selling yourself, you're marketing yourself, whether you realize it or not. And so I got into the text marketing platform, into that industry where I dealt with business owners. And what I realized by sitting down face to face with business owners is that most business owners, their biggest pain is, and I say this all the time, when there's pain in the marketplace and you have a solution for that pain, that's where the opportunity is at. And the pain that I saw with business owners is that most of them, the majority of them, are so busy working in their business and not on their business. It's what Michael Gerber talks about in the E-Myth, the book, The E-Myth. If you haven't read that book, you got to get it. And so fast forward from that time, we've moved. My family and I have moved a couple different times. We've lived in Las Vegas, we've lived in Maryland near DC, and we've lived here now in the Charlotte area in Lake Wylie, South Carolina. So when we moved to Maryland, Darla, I didn't know one person. Like literally, I was new to meetup.com. Like all that stuff was all new to me. And this was in February of 2012. And literally, when we got off the plane, I literally went to a meetup that evening in Maryland with dropped the kids off, Christy off, the dogs off, and I went to a networking event. And literally, that's where I learned how to network. And I did that for 18 months, face to face. And those of you who are on here, most of you are out there networking for whatever business it is that you're in. And networking, I'm sorry, but it's cool, but it's so time consuming, right? So time consuming because it takes so many handshakes to narrow down to meeting the people who have similar mindsets that you do of collaboration and being able to give back to their network and so forth, right? So I did that for 18 months. And then when we came out here to the Charlotte area, to Lake Wylie, I was like, you know what? There's got to be a better way, Darla. There's got to be a better way. And the system that you and I use, it just allows me to be able to not only meet more people, but connect more people and appreciate more people. So yeah. Go ahead, take it away.
My husband and I are constantly invited out to going places and going things. Last year, we did the most world travels we've ever done, the most vacations, more invites. It was just crazy. And the reason why is because for the last 3 years, we have been implementing this whole thing into our life. Be kind, touch people with kindness, celebrate them, lift them up, and watch what happens. It's the law of reciprocity. When you treat others with kindness and love and respect and celebration and inspiration, it comes back to you. And that's who people do business with. Stop and think about this. When you go out to get a bid to maybe have your windows repaired or your roof repaired or your air conditioning done, you're going to go out and you're going to get 3 or 4 bids. It's just what you do. Honey, get some bids, get some appraisals. And when you go out in the beginning, it's to get the best price. But in the end, the one who makes you feel like you're going to be treated with respect and care and kindness is the one who gets the bid, even if it's the most expensive. Because think about it. The guy that gives you the best price, if he's a jerk and he's not kind and he's not nice and you don't feel like he's going to treat you with respect, you're not going to choose him. So when you go out, if you want to start closing more bids, you've got to start touching people with kindness sooner. So in the traditional mind of advertising, we think of sending a card after to say thank you for the job. Thank you for choosing us. No, you don't say thank you for choosing us. You say thank you for allowing me to bid your job. Regardless if I get the job or not, I appreciate that you considered us. Boom, you're going to get the job. You know why? Because nobody does that. And if you're going to do that in the beginning, how are you going to be treated along the way? Same thing with car salesmen. If you're a car salesman, don't send a card after they bought the car. Send a card when they come in for the test drive. Take a picture of them in the car. They can't see themselves in the car. Take a picture of them in the car. Send them a thank you card for taking me out for a spin today from the car. Let it be from the car. Get creative. I love doing little things like this. This is our dog, Pebbles. Pebbles was on the computer on the laptop one day. And if you do creative things like this to people and you say, hey, my mom told me to send you a card to say thank you for hanging out with her yesterday. Think about what that does when that comes in the mail and releases the dopamine inside someone of how darn cute that is and how creative it is. People want to hang out and be a part of people like that. I don't know if you can read this, but this is absolutely a fact in life. Friends are the most important ingredient in this thing called life. And when you start becoming a person where your network grows and grows and grows and grows and grows, how do you keep up with all of them? How do you love on them and touch them all with a system that allows you to be able to drip birthday cards out, anniversary cards out, summer's here cards out, happy Thanksgiving. I want to say thank you for the role you play in my life. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be who I am today. People don't do that in the world of traditional advertising.
All right, so it's really all about value. What value are you creating for other people? So, and I learned this when I was dealing with business owners. I remember when I was in the mortgage business, Darla, and my mentor at the time, he basically, I got started in the mortgage business a little bit different than most people. This guy was seasoned. He didn't want to be in the office. He already had relationships. He put me in the office. He's like, we're going to split everything 50-50. And he's like, I'm going to throw you the loans. You're going to go ahead and speak with the client. You're going to process everything and package it and submit it to underwriting. And he's like, and you're going to have questions and I'm going to teach you how. And every time he would ask me, what's in it for me? And it would piss me off because I'd be like, you know what? You are greedy. You are selfish. But what he was trying to teach me is when I'm out there talking to people, it's always not what's in it for me, but what's in it for them.
Yes.
Right? So I'll share a story with you. So as a realtor, I have lenders that email me stuff all the time, their loan programs and all that good stuff. Well, I was at a ethics course late last year, December 2018, and I met a lender. Well, we exchanged business cards and she put me on her email database. Well, somebody on her team reached out to me and they did a mass mailing and with all their loan programs. And I noticed that their physical mailing address was right there on the bottom of an email. And this was right before Christmas. So I just said, the heck with it. I took out my phone. I went ahead and put his name in there, put the address in there, and I sent him a card to say, hey, thank you for the email. I would love to sit down with you after the holidays and see if you're open for coffee and learn more about your programs, right? And that was it. So last week, we end up having coffee. He brings his manager with them, and they're telling me about their loan programs. And so now remember value, right? Value. I I can tell them I'm the best realtor out there. I do this, I do that. And they can tell me that they're the best loan company, this and this and that. But then I asked them, like, hey, let me ask you something, Brent and Mike, who are you guys looking to meet? Well, what do you mean? Like, you're looking to meet more realtors, right? They're like, yeah. I'm like, can I show you something? He's like, yeah. So we take a selfie. We take a selfie, and literally right there on the spot, I show them how I sent both of them a card. Thank you for taking, like what you were talking about earlier today, Darla, gratitude, right? Being grateful. I thank them for their time, right? And I sent them a book. There's a book called The Power of Human Connection. And I sent them that book, and I said, hey, you know what? Do me a favor. Read the book. And after you read the first chapter, let me know what you got out of it. I believe it's a great way for you to be able to add value to your realtor partners. Well, he messaged me last night, and he wants to meet Monday to learn more about this program. Not only that, but he wants me to educate his team on how to be able to add relationship marketing into their loan officers, so they can be able to use that to grow their realtor network.
Yep, I get it. I got a call 2 days ago from a friend of mine because I am known for being in network marketing. I know a lot of network marketing people, and I'm on a lot of network marketers lists because I have a large network. So naturally, they would love to have me on their teams and move to their businesses. So my phone rings, and I notice the name is a leader that used to be in a company who I know, and we hadn't talked in probably 3 or 4 years. And so jokingly, I answered the phone. And I says, hey, how you doing, man? What company are you going to try and pitch me to today? Because I know you wouldn't be calling me for any other reason. And he kind of laughed. He's like, you're so funny. I get it. And I said, don't you not like this part of the business, the hunting, and the only reason why you're calling me is because I know you're trying to recruit me? How would you like for the people that you want to call to not have that feeling? I said, I want you to listen to what I can teach you in 1 minute. I said, imagine if you would have been staying in touch with me. Imagine if you would have been sending me a card every once in a while to say, hey, thank you for the role you play in my life. Happy birthday, happy new year, something like that. So that when you do call, it's a friend calling me versus a hunter that's out trying to hunt to get me to leave my business to join yours. And you're going to spend an hour on the phone with me trying to convince me that that's not the case. And it is the case. But the reason why it is the case is because you don't have a system and a way to stay in touch with the tens of thousands of people that know you so that you can be a friend. Now, I said to him, imagine if you were to send a card out that says, Happy New Year. I just want to say, thank you for the role that you've played in my life. No matter how small or how big, it matters. And I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for people like you that are in my life. I want you to imagine how that would make me feel if I got that card from you. If I got a card like that from you, I would be like, dude, that's awesome that you took the time to send me this, because I was there for you and I did play a role in your life. And thank you for recognizing that. Then when you call me, we're a friend. Hey man, I got your card. Thank you so much. And instantly that guy said, Darla, I get it. It's the missing link. We need this. And so then we have an appointment set up where I'm going to teach him how to do this so that he can start touching all of his network with kindness first, so that they aren't thinking that the only reason why he's calling them is to pitch them to get them to buy something. People do it all the time. I see people meet people and they say, hey, if you ever need to buy a home or whatever, please remember me. Don't do that. Don't ask people. You'll never have to ask somebody to give you a referral if you will be kind to them and value them in a more heartfelt manner way. So this group picture says, friends are the most important ingredient in this thing called life. And on the back of it, it just says, this picture is from Thor and Emily's baby shower at Casey's house for Aspen Virginia doll. Came out so great. We thought you would like it on print. Enjoy the memory. That's it. And then I always like little quotes. Work harder on your relationships than you do on making money, because time and money are worthless if you have no one to spend it with. And so I did not know all these people. most of these people are very, very dear, close friends of mine, and we travel the world together, and I met them from a card. We were in Poland at a wedding this past summer, and this is a picture of the wedding from in Poland. We got to take our daughter, and we went on a vacation to other countries while we were there. And this is just some pictures and a memory of it. And these are some of the places that we went. And on the back of my card, it just says capturing memories with friends. That's it. I love capturing memories. These people are now very good friends of mine when I didn't even know them before. Their family, we are like family. They literally ask about us and how we're doing. And that's because I sent them a card. I stood out of the crowd to say thank you and touched them in a way with heartfelt kindness. Now these people are in my system with their birthdays in there and their anniversaries in there, so I can continue to love on these people. And now they've invited us to come back and stay in their home because of kindness, you guys. That's kindness. So in the world of advertising, we always think, how can we send a special or a promotion or tell people to send us referrals? Stop hunting. Stop pitching. Stop selling. Stop prospecting. Start caring. Start celebrating. Start appreciating, and doors will just flood open because it gravitates people back towards you. This is one of my very, 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 very dear closest friends. I love this card because it came out so pretty because she's so beautiful. But this is a card from the very first night we met this lady. And all I did is snap her picture when she was walking cute with her bottle of champagne, took a picture of her and her friend that were sitting by our pool. They look like models, dropped it on this card, and simply said, fun times, good people, great pictures. Fun times, good people, great pictures. Last night, what do we get a call from? Hey, come over for dinner, you know? And so we're constantly we're so close because I took the time to touch her with something that was unique and kind, and it's about her. It's not my pictures, it's her pictures. That's the difference.
It's funny that you show that because you just gave me a glimpse, a thought just popped into my mind. So I remember it was October of 2015. Yep, October 2015. I was in Marietta, Georgia. This is before I had my realtor license, and I'm sitting and these events that our company puts on, these relationship marketing events, they're not rah. They're really about teaching us the philosophy of the system, right? Because we have to, everything that we've been taught up to this point, we have to peel that like an onion and unlearn what we've already learned, right? And so I'm sitting at this table with about 25 different entrepreneurs, and there's a lady at the end of the table, Gail Zintek. We all know her. And she's like, last year, Steve and I closed 51 real estate transactions. And I'm like, huh? And I'm talking to this person. All of a sudden, my attention just went over there. So I'm like, excuse me for a minute. So I walk over there, and I'm like, Gail, I'm like, my name is Brian Perez. I've been following you for a while. We're friends on Facebook. And I see how, you go everywhere with your grandkids and you live a pretty cool life. And tell me, how have you been able to create a referral-based real estate business using the system? And I'll never forget this. She said, Brian, nobody will ever throw a picture of themselves, their kids, their pets, their cars, or their homes away. And, they say, you always got to show up to these events because you never know. There's one thing that you're going to get, and you don't know when that one thing is coming, that gold nugget is coming. And that was that gold nugget, because right after I left there, I made the decision to go out there and get my real estate license, my North Carolina, my South Carolina. And as a lender for 9 years, from 2002 to 2010, I knew the grind of the real estate game, because it is a grind. I knew the grind of the real estate game, and I didn't want to go back into that grind because now I have a family. So I immediately saw a way where I can start building a referral-based real estate business using the system where I can work with clients that I want to work with and not people that I have to work with. So that's what I do now. I work with the ones that I want to work with, and I refer the ones out that I really don't want to work with. So I'm going to show you something here. So with our system, they call it the enterprise package. There's a you can send out every single month. You can send out what's called group sends, right? So I add my top 100. Brian Buffini, who's a real estate mentor, and Tony Robbins, who most of us on this call know who he is. He talks about that you have to nurture your top 100 because most of your referrals are going to come from that. So every month I send out a cool card like this. It takes me roughly about 5 to 10 minutes. I go in the system. This here in the Carolinas, it was a hot summer. We could not wait till it cooled down because, we get all the four seasons here and it's just beautiful to have all the four seasons. So somebody posted this picture on Facebook and I took it and I put it on the front of the card. On the inside, I just went on here and I went on Google and I typed in fall quotes. That is not my quote, right? We're copycats in this business. And then in here, I just put in a message that says, and I always send myself one because I want to know when people get them. So I just said, Brian, are you ready for this weather to start cooling down? I know I am. As we head into the last third of 2018, know that I have you and your loved ones in my thoughts, wishing you all the best in health. Remember, health is wealth, right? That's who I am. It's, I take my health very serious. And on the back of the card, it has my realtor brand. This right here got me a phone call because these cards create conversations and conversations lead to what could have been missed opportunities. And so this card right here, there was a client who I represented him and his wife on selling their home. It was a lakefront home, and then they downsized, and the sale of their home went great, but the purchase did not go so good towards the end. It just happens. It's real estate. Things happen unexpectedly, unforeseen. And so I thought they were mad at me. But every month I went ahead and I've been sending them cards every single month systematically. They've been getting a 4th of July card, falls here, Halloween. I mean, you name it, right? Thanksgiving, happy holidays, New Year, and so forth. But he called me and number one, he thanked me for the card. Number two, he gave me a referral that led to a listing. This card right here, right here. This card right here is another one that I sent for Thanksgiving. I went ahead and took this picture. It was a card that was already in the catalog. I went inside here and I put in, that's where I take my morning runs. Beautiful. And I was like, I just took a picture and added my own picture in there. And then I just went ahead and put in my own message. And then this right here, this card right here got me, and I believe it was the second one they received. It was somebody that I had met with back in August. It was a listing appointment. Her timing just wasn't right. But every month, she's been getting a card from me. She just called me yesterday, and I'm going to meet with her Friday to talk about listing her house. You talk about attraction marketing. It's phenomenal.
I have a great story too. I mean, we can go back and forth with so many stories, but this is just the power of the product, the power of the service, of what it can do for you. So my friend John Endries, who I took on to teach this system to, who's had incredible results with his first 12 months, he was able to triple his best year in 30 years in his motorcycle business. And I said to him one day, I says, who's your dream account? And he said, dream account, Harley Davidson, of course. And I says, well, have you ever tried to get them? He says, for 7 years, I've tried to get their business, but I'm too small. I can't compete with the big boys. I says, let me show you how to get that account. So fast forward, he has the largest Harley Davidson account now because of what he did. I said, just send a card with brownies to the person in charge of marketing or whoever it is that you need to meet with to say, I'm going to be in town next week. And I'm going to pop in. If you're there, great. Would love to meet you. And in the meantime, enjoy the brownies. That's all he did. So this time when he walked in, and he's called on them for 7 years, he couldn't get past the gatekeeper. So he walked in and he said, hey, is so-and-so here? And the lady looks up and she says, you're the guy that sent the brownies. And he says, yeah, I am. He says, yes, they want to talk to you. And so the reason why, you guys, is that card, everybody gets pitched and sold the same way. But when you are indifferent and you're unique and you're creative and you are about them versus you, and these cards are not just cards, they're gifts. When you put a picture on it, it ends up in a frame. It's a gift. It's not just a card. And so like these people have this hanging in their house because of the memory of it from their friends. People always say to me, well, how do you get their addresses? Well, in today's world, it's so simple because most people do Facebook invites when they're inviting a large group of people to something and they pull everyone into the same group. And I just simply put on there, hey, I got a great picture that I want to send everybody in the mail. Send me your mailing address. And of course, they want the picture. So they give you their mailing address. And they're so touched. It opens that door to being a friendship. Wow, that's so cool of her. And because you weren't pitching and selling them, you were just being a friend and being kind and asking questions about them and seeing how you could add value to their life and caring about their life. It's different. It just makes it completely different.
And Darla, to touch on that also, from a real estate world and a business world, when somebody friends request you, a lot of times they have a business page. And within 24 to 48 hours, I don't know if they took the same social media class, but within 24 to 48 hours, they're inviting you to like their Facebook page. And on their Facebook page, it has 9 times out of 10 their business address. And that's so immediately I am sending cards, nice to meet you cards. And I had pictures of them on it, but remember, nobody will ever throw a picture of themselves, their kids, their pets, their homes, or their cars away.
Yeah, it's a fact. We went to Office Depot the other day, an office store, and I needed a print job done, like emergency stat. It was pamphlets for a funeral, memorial funeral, and I was helping a friend who got in a bind. And I walked in, and the lady was helping another lady at the counter, and I said, can I ask you a question just to know if it's even possible? I have 50 minutes to get these printed and delivered to a funeral home. And if you can't do it, I can go somewhere else. But is there a chance you could do it? And the lady looks at the lady behind the counter and she says, can I have 10 minutes? And the lady said, yes. The lady behind the counter said, I'll make it happen. She said, email me the documents. So I emailed it from my phone to her email. And in 8 minutes, what she did was create that whole job, printed them all out, folded them, double-sided, bagged them, out the door I was going. But in that 8 minutes, I took a picture of the girl that helped me. I sent a card and brownies that said, thank you for going the extra mile. You truly saved the day, and put brownies in there. When she gets that, she's going to see that picture of her and be so proud that somebody recognized her. But I didn't stop there. I said, who's your manager? And I sent a card to her manager telling her manager what a great job that girl did. And I put the picture of the girl in there. And this is all while I'm just standing there. Then I Googled the district manager of the whole entire district. And I said, I want to tell you about what happened to me in one of your stores today. Wrote a letter edifying that, putting the girl, edifying the manager. Then to the lady, talking to the lady, got her information. Who are you? Whatever. Sent her a thank you for letting me stop her job and process to be able to make this all happen. But you guys, what you'll see is all I do is do that. I go to bed that night knowing that I made somebody else's life, I added value to their life. I do not expect and have any intentions of what is going to come back to me from it because I love the surprise. The surprises that come back are priceless. So I may get that girl a raise. I might get that district manager a raise. I might have built a bond between a manager to an employee. You just never know. You never know. Made another lady know that kindness matters. She'll be a better employee because she got recognized. All those things are attraction marketing. They'll come back to you. And that's how I constantly am expanding my network. I have a friend who's a car salesman, and he sends cards to all of his customers. And one of his customers called him and said, hey man, this card you sent, it's beautiful, awesome, nice touch. And he had, on the back of the card, it had all the things that he does. He's also a movie producer. And the guy said, I see here on the back of your card, you're a movie producer. He says, yeah, what type of movies do you produce? Well, the long short is the guy ends up giving him $200,000 to finish the movie that he was on. That movie ends up winning best film in the film festivals. They did another movie, and that guy wrote him another check for $200,000. That movie got picked up from Netflix. That movie's on Netflix now. I mean, just it unfolds because you're being kind, and it's attractive to people in many different ways.
It's the power of human
power
connection.
of the human connection. Yep. I love
Yep.
this little card right here. It is, you guys. If you master the art of human connections, you will attract an abundance of opportunities, referrals, friends, and love your way. I have a friend who is in another network marketing business. He got started, and I taught him how to send thank you cards for meeting with me. When you go do your presentation with your people, send them a thank you card for meeting with me. Well, anyway, he sent a card to this one lady that he met. She was a school teacher, and this New Year's, he asked her to marry him. So I've got 3 stories of people that have found their love from sending a card to someone to say thank you for meeting with you.
There's something that I want to leave you guys with, and I think this will lead to our next episode, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to write this down, guys. So whenever you meet with somebody, just ask yourself, like before you ask for anything, is how can I add value to this person's life?
Yep. And if you take away the what's in it for me and just touch other people and get good at it every day, you know, that's why I tell everybody just try. So they have a plan. It's $97 a month. And that $97 a month gives you unlimited single heartfelt card sends, including postage, all over the world. Yes, all over the world. And I tell people, spend 1 month sending 2, 3, 4 cards every day just to say, I appreciate you, I miss you, congratulations, Happy New Year, sorry for the loss of your mother, it's been so long since we've talked. Put an old picture of childhood, take a picture from someone's Facebook from their Christmas or New Year's or Thanksgiving, and just say some pictures belong on print and this one is one, or oh my gosh, your kids are growing up to be so beautiful. Just do that every day. Imagine if you sent 300 cards in a month. You know, that's just crazy to think of. That would be 10 cards a day. You probably couldn't do 10 cards a day when you're new because you have a hard time thinking about how to do it. But if you just did 5.
When I first started, I was like, how in the heck am I going to be able to send 1 card a day? But then a couple years later, I went into 3 cards a day. It was that habit, right? We were developing that habit. And when you're having a bad day, which we all do, when you're having that bad day and you get that text from somebody in tears thanking you, it releases dopamine, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, you know what? This is so cool. And you want to send more. And last year I went to 5 cards a day. And this year, my goal is I've been consistently sending 10 to 15 cards a day.
Yeah, and it's easy. You can do it in 10, 15 minutes now.
Right.
My first card took me 2 hours. Now I can do it in 30 seconds. And it's because of the habit. I'm old school. I don't do technology. And so stop and think about, where else in the world can you have a membership or whatever you want to call it, a subscription, to be able to send unlimited amounts of heartfelt cards on a daily basis for $97 a month, including all the postage? If you sent 10 cards a day, random acts of kindness, touching people individually with pictures of them and not you, if you sent 10 a day, that's 300. That's 300. How much is 300 stamps? $150 is 300 stamps. 300 cards, $150 in postage, $97. I literally have people who take 2 weeks vacation and all they do is all day long, and they send cards all day long, because they know if you feed the gratitude pipeline, 7 days later when those start hitting mailboxes, your world is going to explode. You're not even going to be able to handle all the dopamine. You're going to cry. You'll be all emotional. Anyway, Brian, any last words, man?
Yeah, I would say just start learning relationship marketing. Get the book, The Power of Human Connection, and just really start learning and buying into the philosophy of sending 1 card a day, then and it'll up it to 3 cards and 5 cards. And I'm telling you, when you start doing that, there's somebody, I believe it's Linda Walters. She's a loan officer up in Canada. She found slices, it'll come back in bunches, something like that. But anyways, it's true. It's very true. Yep.
Yeah, and you guys, the book Power of Human Connections, you can get it on Amazon for $16 or $18, or you can get it from Send Out Cards for 2 cents. 2 cents plus postage. That's how much Cody, the founder of this company, wants this book out there to teach people how to make human connections. So get back with somebody that you know in Send Out Cards if you're not already in and you want this book, okay? And we'll send you the book. Whoever your friend is in Send Out Cards will send it to you for 2 cents. But even better, just try it for 1 month. Try it for 1 month. There is absolutely zero negativity that comes back to you for sending out love and kindness. No rashes, no diarrhea, no negativity, no stop sending me cards, no you're mean, nothing like that. And no one's going to tell you that they haven't opened your card yet. And that's the beauty behind this, is it's all about positive. It's a tool that everybody in their life should use to put positivity, love, and kindness out there into the world. All right, you guys, have a great week. I'm sure we'll be back again sometime and do some more. These are fun.
Yep.
All
Yep.
right,
Thank you,
Brian.
Darla.